There's only one thing better than sourdough bursting with Mediterranean flavors. Guess what it is? Welcome to the Keto Baking Mechanic, where we create, tweak, and enhance keto and low-carb breads and baked goods, including authentic keto and low-carb sourdough. Hi, I'm Sherry Mack. You'll always get the recipe link in the description. Be sure to like the recipe. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be informed when I have other videos coming down the pike. The one thing that's better than a sourdough with Mediterranean flavors is a keto low-carb sourdough bursting with Mediterranean flavors. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start by adding our wet ingredients to the bowl of the stand mixer. First, our warmed up spring water. You want to warm it up for about 30 seconds in the microwave. Make sure it's spring water so it keeps the living sourdough starter activated. 2 eggs. Some olive oil. And your Biome Boss living starter. So I'm going to put that in. The link to Biome Boss will be in the blog and also in the description of the video. There's a little bit more oil left in there. I don't want to waste that. Okay, now we're going to add our dry ingredients. First, we're going to add our Vital Wheat gluten, our oat fiber, psyllium, whole psyllium husks, double-acting baking powder, healthy salt, your dried yeast, SAF or SAF yeast is the best. There's a link in the blog for this yeast as well. And your sugar. Don't waste your money using honey. It's just to activate the yeast, and all the carbs in the sugar will be eaten by the yeast, so you don't have to count those in the recipe. Okay, we're going to take this mixture and put it on the stand mixer. Okay, bring that over. This video is brought to you by Sinless Sourdough, where ancient art meets low-carb science. Hi, I'm Sherry Mack, and I'm the creator of Sinless Sourdough. At Sinless, we create a line of keto, low-carb, dehydrated sourdough starters. When you purchase a starter, you get a starter guide that teaches you how to bring your starter to life, as well as a plethora of keto, low-carb sourdough discard recipes. I feature those recipes on the channel, and you also get them when you purchase the starter. But the real value is with the Sinless Sourdough membership. With the membership, you learn how to bake 3 different styles of keto and low-carb breads and baked goods that undergo further fermentation. That's why there's video trainings to teach you how to do this. And it's that fermentation of the lactobacillus cultures and the wild yeast in the dough that give the resulting breads and baked goods all the health benefits that science talks about. But you need a membership for that, because baking authentic keto low-carb sourdough with further fermentation is a journey. Practice and error. It is not a recipe. Hence the membership. It's 99 Canadian. It's a forever price. There's no monthly fees. There's no prices next year. And you're part of a baking community with lots of free cookbooks. You could ask me as many questions as you like along your journey. You get to share your journey with other people. And you're part of the Sinless Sourdough family. I just spit. Oh my goodness. That's it. Okay, we're going to start with the beater attachment just to pull the dough together. Then we're going to let it sit for about 30 minutes so that the yeast is activated. I'm trying to do this backwards so that you can see it. So we're just going to mix for a few minutes to pull that dough together. Make sure that you get all of the dried ingredients from the bottom of the bowl. If you see that some are still dry, you could add a teaspoon of water just to pull it up. Okay. pulled together. This is called your shaggy dough. We're going to let it sit. I'm going to just use my spatula to pull this into a bit of a ball. We're going to let it sit for 30 minutes, and then we're going to knead it more aggressively. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes, so we're now going to add our J-hook. The dough has started to rise. The yeast has been activated. The gluten's starting to pull together. Oops, got to pull it up. And now we're going to slowly start to knead the dough. And after a couple minutes, increase the speed and keep going for about 6 to 8 minutes. You'll know the dough is ready when it starts to pull into a log, almost like a long log, and it starts to kind of move around the bowl as one piece, as a long log that's working one piece around the bowl. Okay, I'm going to pull the dough into the center just to help it a little bit so it doesn't keep sort of breaking around the sides, and start again. Okay, we're going to turn off the machine. Okay, so now we're going to pull the dough out of our bowl, just adding a little bit of oat fiber so that it doesn't stick. Pull it out, bring it around. We're not going to do as many stretch and folds as you see with traditional sourdough because it doesn't have the same structural gluten content. So I'm going to add the cheese, and then fold it over. Flatten it out again. We'll do this as much as we can till you start to see too much of the ingredients pulling through. Okay, I've got a paper towel in there so that the olives are as dry as possible. They're still a little damp, but that should not hurt. I'm going to add a little oat fiber in there just to pull up some of the moisture. Okay, and then I'll fold it over again. It's like you're wrapping a package. Pull it over. Add a little oat fiber so it doesn't stick. Gonna stretch it out again. See, start to see the ingredients pulling through. Now I'm going to add the rosemary and fold it over. You can see the ingredients starting to pull through the top, so it's pretty full. You know that you can't add much more. You'll know when you see the dough. Okay, so I'm going to now, I like working with the oat fiber because it's 0 carb. So adding it to help dry out the dough while you're bringing it together. Okay, so pitching it together as much as possible. Okay, so this is going to be the top. Try to stretch it as much as you can underneath, like pull and tuck without it breaking. If it breaks, just pinch it together, pull and tuck. The reason why we're doing that is we're adding some stress on the dough so that it will rise. Okay, so tuck it underneath, pull, seal, and tuck. And I'll leave that like that. Now that's going to seal up anyways because we're going to put it in the bottom of our Benetton. So I put a clean tea towel, and I'm going to take the dough, put the good side up, seal it, pinch it, cover it, and we're going to let it sit for about 60 minutes, just like this. Okay, so the loaf has been proofing for about an hour, and we are now going to put it on our baking tray lined with parchment. Look at this. Look at how much it's risen. So we're just going to flip that over. With this beautiful loaf. Look at this beautiful loaf. Look. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, we're going to transfer it to the wire rack so that it can cool all around. Beautiful. Look at that. Check out the 5-minute sourdough discard recipe. It's the same ingredients, only done in the bread machine and a lot faster.